Hello everybody. So we are going to get into a different type of pick a card reading, and we're going to get into will they ever take accountability? But there's also separate points that we're going to get into as well. We're getting into will they continue to lie? Do they understand that this is their fault? When will they take accountability? And what is your karmic blessing because of this? Okay, because you had to deal with this or go through this karma or deal with this person or whatever. What is your karmic blessing? Whether that's from this person or just from, the overall energy of the universe. Okay, but let's go right into, all right, the pile selection. Just so you guys know, I always go from this side all the way on, all right? Just so you know for future readings of mine. But always there's timestamps to skip ahead to the pile selection as well. And all of my booking information is located in the pinned comment below as well as the description box, okay? So let's go into it. Pile number 1, 2, and 3. All right, and I will see you in your pile. All right, my pile number 1s. So let's put your first stack to the side because I have different sections in here, guys. So give me one moment. We got that first one here. And you have your original accountability channeled message as well that I channeled in this morning for you guys. And then we also have my traditional channeled messages and separate sections going to be answering all the select questions that we went through in the beginning. But just to skim through it, will they ever take accountability? Will they continue to lie? Do they understand how this is their fault? When will they take accountability? And what is your karmic blessing because of this, okay? But let's get into will they take accountability? All right, and let's also get into this channeled message. Now, the song that you're receiving is How You Remind Me by Nickelback, which is actually the last letter that I wrote. I mixed them together, and then I just energetically just went 1, 2, 3, and I just mixed them together. So I don't know which pile got what. So this one's interesting. So this was the last one that I wrote, which is actually, I think this was the second one that I wrote. I don't think it was the last one. Dearest love, you remind me every time you smile of how many times I have made you frown. I love you and I'm sorry for being a monster towards you when you needed me the most. I should have believed you when you told me the truth. I contradicted everything I promised you. I told you that you'd never damn, this is horribly written. I'm so sorry. That you would never be homeless, and look how I left you. I proved your fears right, and I wish I could make it better. Is also something that's coming forth, but it's almost like this person feels like even if they were to take accountability, it still wouldn't change how it affected you, like dominantly. Like I'm getting that energy, okay? But let's get into it a little bit more, and let's see here. First card you're receiving is the 6 of Cups. This person is going to take accountability when they meet you again. I don't know why I feel like you and this person have had really strong periods of separation, and this person actually did worse towards you in a previous lifetime is also something I'm getting, because the 6 of Cups also is really strongly oriented around past lives, okay? And experiencing that past life karma with that person. Usually it's on the good side, to like where somebody all of a sudden wants to be like really giving towards you, or like all of a sudden they want to start doing things for you to try to make things better, or things like that. So acts of service could be really strongly on how they try to make up for it. But it looks like you're going to hear through separate like close family or friends that feel like family that this person is sorry, okay, is also something that I'm receiving. On this timestamp that I'm seeing, I saw 232, so we'll dive into that in just a moment, but let's get into it. You have the 10 of Wands energy in the upright. This person is going to feel the pressure of their own lies. They're also going to be feeling the pressure of living without you, is also something that I am picking up, okay, with the 10 of Wands energy. As far as will they ever take accountability, not when you want them to or not when you think that they will. This person has already taken accountability within inside of themselves. Okay, but it's about the explaining it to you, actually coming forward and being like, listen, I'm sorry for this. Even though people are like, and I'm sorry doesn't do anything, but the accountability of like how you're sorry or what you're even sorry for, means something. But with the 4 of Swords energy, this person has contemplated on how they would reach back out to you, how they would even approach you in regards to the situation. This is something that they think about, especially like deep at night or really early peaks of the morning, is also something that I'm getting. As I say, early morning peaks, the Sun card is coming out in the upright. This person also sees things really clearly, and it may have taken them fucking forever to do so. And when they're going to take accountability, it's also telling me a little bit of the time frame here. The Sun card is an association with the Leo energy, okay? Sometimes it can be, you know, Sagittarius at times in a separate layout, but in this layout, in this instance, I'm getting heavy on the Leo energy. Now, what comes after Leo season? Okay, Virgo, which is Page of Pentacles energy, which is earthbound, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, so if we're going by the Leo, Virgo cusp energy, we're going to think August. Okay, so whenever August is closer to you is when this person's going to be taking more accountability, or this person has taken accountability, especially if it's in regards to like finances with the Page of Pentacles. This person's going to take a long time to reach out to you, like a very long time. Okay, I don't feel like it's going to be like quick or anything like that. Obviously, we are in, when I'm filming this, we're in October. Oh my God, we're not in October. Jesus. We are in November. We're in November, okay? And we just got into November, all right? And we just had that full moon in Taurus, all right? So some people are really, really feeling it now, okay? Because Taurus energy, they do take accountability, but it's really hard for them to take accountability because it probably took a lot for them to even get to that point as well of like, you know, kind of like maybe crossing a boundary or a certain barrier that you had said, or maybe they tried everything in their way. I'm not trying to make excuses for this person, but for some reason I'm picking that up. With the Page of Pentacles energy, I do feel like this is somebody who's maybe at first didn't even feel sorry about it. But it's almost like different things that occurred in your life, and they understand based off the things that happened in your life, how their one action created that ripple effect is also something that I'm receiving. And this is something they thought about. And maybe they took their time to really study how you really felt about the situation, which is like, you know, maybe cyber stalking your social, okay? So maybe we can do it, or asking your friends and family about like little things in here, even though I'm feeling more on the stalking of the social part, okay? But I do feel strongly that this person will take accountability. I feel like they already have inside. But on the outside, they feel like what's done is done in a way. But they are going to come to the next time that they do meet up with you, the next time they do see you. I'm also seeing 606. So bear with me 1 second. Let me get into 232, then 606. 232, angel number meaning. And I'm not going to get directly into love with that, okay? Because this is kind of like a general read there. It's not necessarily topic focused. So this could even be a betrayal from a boss. This could even be a betrayal from like, you know, or somebody that you're wanting to take accountability, just a person, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be like romantic. It could be platonic. It can be professional. It could be, you know, whatever it needs to be there. So I got to keep it a little bit more generalized. Your spiritual guides are encouraging you to trust your intuition, maintain faith in your path, and embrace the positive changes and new cycles about to begin in your life. So even though maybe this person turned your world upside down in a way, for some reason, I feel like you're going to be able to like push forward. You're going to be able to create a new cycle for yourself. You will be able to begin again, okay? I'm also hearing that song Begin Again by Paris, Pvris. You're probably like, that's not how you spell Paris. Listen, that's the way they spell it. All right, this is also about faith and trust. 232 is a message to trust your unique talents and connect with your inner wisdom to achieve your goals. This is also a reminder to have faith in yourself and trust the path you are on as your angels are supporting you. And it is also a sign to listen to your intuition and inner wisdom as you are being guided by spiritual guides and higher selves. Repeating 2 suggests that a new cycle of growth and expansion is starting in your life. Self-expression and creativity, the number encouraged you to tap into your creative potential and express yourself authentically. So if you guys are artists naturally, whatever it may be, whether you are a poet, whether you are a writer, whether you are a singer, a dancer, an actor, whatever, okay? Or, you know, a sketcher or whatever, okay? Or maybe you make pottery, you know. I love my craftsmen out there. Artesian work is one of my favorite things, okay? But, okay, I feel like whatever this was that happened to you, you know how Taylor Swift makes money off of every breakup that she has? Y'all gonna be in that similar route, okay? Maybe not as grandiose. It could be. I'm not gonna limit you, okay? I'm not gonna limit you. But what I will say is that whatever you are going through, it's gonna give you like fuel to your creative fire. Like you are not going to repeat what they did to you to somebody else. You're gonna take it as a learning lesson, but you're gonna teach others how to not be like this person is also something that I'm picking up for pile number 1. I didn't even choose this pile, so don't even think I'm like, oh, you're done. I didn't choose a pile. So I do feel, okay, we got more to get into. Obviously, we got more message cards, we got more sections to get into and stuff like that. But I do feel like with the angel number in association with this, it's almost like this is going to be fuel for your creative projects. You're going to be able to write about the things that you went through. You're going to be able to, you know, connect with characters more when you're playing them. When, you know, if you're doing acting or theater or whatever, you're going to be able to connect on that level. Okay, you know, like Natalie Portman, they asked her like how she cried so deeply and stuff like that in one of his movies. I don't remember which movie it was. And she said that she had thought about somebody passing. And then Nina Dobrov, there was like this crazy scene that happened in Vampire Diaries, and her grandfather passed as well. And she thought about that scene, and everybody didn't know what to do because she was kind of going off script a little bit, but it just looked so great on camera. Like, you guys are possibly going to be able to connect to certain characters and the pains that they're going through and be able to channel that in a way to like where it honestly is going to help the collective. It's going to help people see things differently. You ever watch like The Pursuit of Happiness when you're really, really struggling and you're like, fuck, I feel inspired now. And yeah, that was a real person, and maybe it may not have went down the way that it's written right there beautifully in Hollywood, but it really inspires, you know, to keep pushing and to keep fighting for not only yourself, but for the generations of you, right? So getting into the next one we have, okay, so I do feel like this person has taken accountability, but they're not going to admit it for a little bit, okay, for a long while. All right, but let's get into the next question here. So will they continue to lie, okay, as well? But we're also getting to 606. I almost forgot. This is also about teamwork and balance. So if you guys are inquiring about somebody that you work with, this is somebody who is going to try to be buddy-buddy with you again, okay? Is it genuine? A part of them is doing it because they feel guilty for how they threw you under the bus, and now everybody thinking that they're kind of against you, or kind of like not even a man-eater, but fucking a profit-eater. I don't even know. And for some reason, I'm getting that scene in regards to the career. If you guys are delving into like career people you work with and stuff like that, this could be kind of like how Robert Downey Jr. went to the stocks for the first time, and he was like, those are a bunch of money hungry, this, like, I've never seen like a bunch of money hungry fuckers in my life in one building. Like, he went off, like literally he said that. Not exact to that day, but he did curse and all that stuff, he did. So yeah, so for some reason I'm getting that energy. It's almost like you do whatever you're doing as far as career-wise because you're actually passionate about it. This person does it to either keep up with you or keep up with the Joneses, or like they don't feel like they're actually working unless they're competing with somebody, like in that way. Okay, is also something that I'm getting. But let's get into 606. 606, angel number meaning. All right, so it's thought to represent balance, spiritual growth, and harmony in love and home life. Okay, is also something that's coming forth. So maybe this person, whatever they did, it affected your love life, it affected your home life, it affected your balance, it affected also maybe your spiritual growth and aspirations that you had, you know, with inside of yourself. So this could even been like family who ended up putting like a really strong restrictions over like your spiritual practices or your spiritual kind of life. You could have a Leo and Lilith, which is usually about those restrictions that you face and stuff like that. Also look into your Saturn as well to figure out more of like where your restrictions are. Okay, but balance, the number can be assigned to find a better balance between your material and spiritual life. And I feel like maybe, I don't know why I feel like somebody may have been like, I feel like this is wrong, okay? I really do. For some of you guys, this could have been someone who was like, this could even be like a mother or even a father who was like, hey, you know, like it says always take care of your mother and father or something. It's almost like using the word against you in a way to like where it manipulates you and is not the truth of the actual word is also something that I'm getting. Is something that I'm receiving. So it's almost like somebody was like utilizing the word against you is also something I'm receiving for this pile. Again, I did not pick this pile, guys. So responsibility, this number can also relate to being responsible for your own life and the impact you have on those around you. So this is hilarious because this whole freaking thing is about accountability. So it's almost like this person is going to start to realize that they're responsible for their own life and that they actually did have an impact on the people around them that they were involved with, the people that they were, you know, playing, or people that they were doing all that. It's almost like this person's going to have like a coming to moment. You know, like when people go through that rehab thing and they got to be like, oh, I got to apologize about shit. You know what I mean? And you're the person I called or whatever for closure or whatever. Okay, for healing. All right. I feel like this could be one of those situations where the person may be going through that shit and they may end up like calling you random or messaging you random. As I say that, I'm filming this at 11:01, so let's go into 11:01. 11:01, angel number, meaning. Sorry. Sometimes you feel like, hey, I talked to you enough. You should already know when I say 11. Well, what the hell that mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, the angel number 1101 is often seen as a sign to focus on your spiritual path and personal growth. Again, something about your spiritual path. It's almost like this had to happen in order for you to connect with truly what you were meant to connect with. Okay, like it really, this is what I'm getting from this. All right, now this also signifies new beginnings, leadership, and manifestation. So maybe there was somebody who was trying to talk shit about you with your boss or whatever, and then you ended up getting the position they wanted. Oh, what do they do now? Try to make buddy-buddy with the new boss. Okay. But anyway, that's for some of you guys. Therefore, seeing this number may be a message to have faith in your intuition, stay positive, and take steps towards your spiritual purpose. Now, spiritual awakening. This number is frequently linked to a spiritual awakening or a call to deepen your spiritual practices. It suggests that your connections to the divine is strengthening. And also, what I do take note, whenever I see 111, it's an aligned thought. Or whenever I see triple vibrations of 1, it's an aligned thought. And it looks like there's somebody who has an aligned thought of wanting a new beginning with you. Hear me out. 0, okay, amplifies the energies of the other digits and is associated with spiritual growth and potential. Okay, you're probably like, how does it amplify other energies? Isn't it just the same? I don't know. When you have 8 plus 0, does it amplify it, or does it just remain the same, or keep it consistent rather? But anyway, or just more vibrant, right? Because the summary of it all, at the end of it all, it's still 8. You know what I mean? Anyway, that just registered. Like, it was a joke to me, you know, because, oh, what happened to her? She ate, you know what I mean? Like that kind of, anyway. So new beginnings, the repetition of the number 1 signifies new beginnings and opportunities, going back into what I was saying, but 0 amplifies the 1. Okay, so it's almost like seeing 1, 1, 1, but it's not. Okay, and there's a specific reason why the 0 is in there. So the number 0 in the sequence emphasizes potential and spiritual journey, amplifying the message of new beginnings. So like I said, there's somebody, maybe 2 separate people, or maybe even 3 separate people, for some of you guys, okay, as I say that 1103, November 3rd could have been significant. Somebody feels like they owe you an apology, okay, and they also feel like they didn't even take the time out to even really hear what you had to say, is also something that's coming forth. Okay, growth and potential, manifestation, inner guidance is also something coming forth. So this person's going to try to approach you, and it's funny because maybe they're used to you being full of light. Maybe they're used to you being like full of happiness and growth and everything like that, and you still very much are. But they don't realize that they sucked all that shit and you're left with nothing but a black hole right now. So when this person approaches you with some light, you're going to suck that shit right up, you know, and what's still there, you know, the black hole. Okay. I don't know how you get rid of a black hole. Let's see. How do you get rid of a black hole? You can't destroy a black hole in the way you might destroy a star or planet, as they are nearly invincible and can't be killed with conventional weapons. However, there are theoretical ways to destroy one. Ain't nobody care about no damn theoretical way. By getting rid of its event horizon, which would cause it to disappear. There are 2 main theoretical processes for this. So if this is interesting that I'm actually Googling this right now, because for some reason I'm getting this really strong inclination, like somebody's trying to take that little bit of life, that little bit of light that you still have, okay, or that little bit of like on the horizon, you know what I mean, where it's just peeking through, and they kind of want you to disappear in a way, to like where they don't have to take accountability, or they don't have to like be like, oh, reminded by that of your pain or what you went through or things like that. This could even be somebody who's trying to get you fired. This could be somebody who is trying to get you to break up with your person or whatever. Okay, this could even be a friend trying to get into your shit, which you know that they shouldn't be. Okay, which means like a friend maybe trying to rule your relationship a little too much, where you're like, hey, back the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, I'll vent to you, but this is my relationship, this is my situation, you know, like that kind of energy, okay? So that could also be about that. But this is interesting. So a black hole slowly evaporates over time by emitting a stream of particles and antiparticles known as Hawking radiation. Interesting. So when particle-antiparticle pairs, that's what it says, when particle-antiparticle pairs from near the event horizon, one particle can be captured by the black hole while the other escapes. Interesting. So somebody could be working with another individual to try to kind of like sabotage you or lead you as the sacrifice in a way, quote unquote, is also something that I'm receiving there. Okay. But let's get into it a little bit more, all right? Now that we got into all of that and we went through all the numbers, let's get into see if they will continue to lie, okay? Are they going to continue to lie? So let's see. King of Swords. Oh, God. This person is going to say the truth very harshly and strong with a lot of confidence. And a part of me feels like they didn't lie, because the King of Swords is coming up in the upright, which means that no, they're not going to continue to lie. This is somebody who's going to be very straightforward and upright and actually take accountability for everything that they said and they did, with even like pinpointed notes. This is the King of Swords situation, okay? Yes, air signs were known to be spacey and shit like that, but whenever they do take accountability, whenever they're in the upright, best believe they're going to be like, I'm sorry for saying this at this time, at this day, and how it made you feel at that time, and this is what happened afterwards, and this is why I said that, and the overthinking starts to make sense, right? But with the King of Swords energy coming forth, and there's a purpose for that. You know, air signs, whether you have a sun, moon, or rising, you overthink. It's just displayed differently, okay? But getting into it, I do feel like this person's not going to continue to lie to you. This person is going to come forward like with straight up truth. Like, and it's going to be harsh as fuck when it comes in. It's not even going to be sensitive. It's going to be really harsh or really direct. And it's almost like they're expecting like the worst reaction from you is also something that I'm receiving. Okay. But it's almost like you may surprise them. Okay. Is also something that I'm getting with the King of Swords. Now, getting into your next question, you got, do they understand how this is their fault? Okay, so do they understand how this is their fault? At first, they didn't, with the Knight of Pentacles energy coming forth, okay? At first, they didn't. It took a really long, slow process, okay? Them getting down off their high horse, all of that, in order to kind of like come towards you, okay? And offer you some form of like accountability. And they didn't even know that's what you actually wanted, is also something that is coming forth to me. This person could have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and again, emphasizing the time frame when this person is going to be taking accountability. Okay? Which is also Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But again, I'm getting a lot more Virgo energy just because we did receive that Sun card prior. But let's get into it a little bit more and let's see. So the next one is, when will they take accountability? Okay, and then we'll get into all your blessings in regards to this, and you know what's the good that's going to come out of it, essentially. Okay, Four of Wands in the reversal. When are they going to take accountability? When they lose every fucking thing. Okay, I'm not even playing. This person could lose their house. This person could lose their relationship. This person could lose their marriage. This person could lose many, many fucking things. And it's almost like they know it's because of what they did to you, because of what you lost, because of how you lost it, because of what part they played in that is also something that I'm getting. So some of you guys, if you lost your job and you're like, I didn't even fucking do what they accused me of. I even had proof, and they're taking this other person's word and I don't have a job anymore, or like whatever, right? Just wait, okay? Keep applying, do your thing, apply to other jobs, whatever. But I have a feeling that this pile, you may end up getting that call from an employer being like, I'm sorry, okay? But for legal reasons, they may not say I'm sorry. They could just be like, hey, we're hiring again, and you know, you worked with us for so-and-so years. We would love to have you back. Did y'all forget what the fuck you put me through? You know what I mean? But anyway, so let's go into it. All right, so what kind of blessings are you going to be receiving? Bet you guys didn't expect this to be a part of your blessings, huh? So let's go into the first card. You have the Star card. Damn, you're going to get everything. Okay, if this is about a divorce, you're going to get everything, okay? If this is about losing your job, you're about to get what you were originally getting paid, times it by like maybe 2 or 3, okay? With the Star card energy, this is a major wish being granted. This is an overflowing. It's almost like the universe or like God has seen your pain, okay? But mainly just universe in general, okay? In different sectors, not just heaven alone. All right, people who are dwindling in, you know, like the limbo or whatever, like ancestors, things like that, who kind of stayed to watch over you or things. I'm getting a lot of this right now. I'm channeling in a lot of this right now, guys. So with the Star card, and I usually don't touch base on it too often. I like to keep that to the side, or like I don't touch base on that out of respect for the dead, okay? So with the Star card energy coming forth in the upright, this is Aquarius energy, okay? So was the King of Swords, but this is Aquarius energy. All right, as I say that, 11-11. So you could be dealing with a similar sign. So if you're an Aquarius, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Okay, you also received 11-11. What I tell you about 11-11, that's that aligned thought. There's somebody who's literally thinking about you, and while you're watching this fucking reading. I'm not even kidding, okay? But with the star card energy coming forth in the upright, this is big on, girl, if they take accountability, or boy, if they take accountability or not, okay? You're going to be blessed regardless. Like the things that they tried to stop or hinder you from, the things that you were restricted from like truly experiencing, this is also look how she's looking at this card, bro. You see the hangman tied up and he's upside down and shit, and then the star card is literally, I cannot make this up. Look at this shit. Look at it. The expression, this is why everybody makes fun of my damn Pokemon cards, quote unquote. Everybody says, oh, you got Pokemon cards, whatever. You know what? Fuck you, first of all. Second of all, this is anime tarot, okay? By a really, really nice artist, okay? And she's also a really good psychic as well. But anyway, you're going to be looking down on your enemies, bro. Look at this. And it's not even intentional. It's like maybe you really did try to move on with your life. Maybe you really did try to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm never going to get an apology from this person. I'm just going to try, just keep pushing forward. Like, I got to keep living. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of seeing my dead body and pushing me another 6 feet under. Like, I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to keep pushing. You know, like that kind of energy. You guys are going to be blessed because of that. And somebody's going to have to hang back and fucking watch you and wait to see if you are going to, some of you guys may actually be a star, okay? Like, because the star card, it's symbolic towards starseed energy. It's for people who are meant to awaken the collective, you know, do different things. If you ever looked at Me Against the Music and by Madonna featuring Britney Spears, yes, the choreography is insane, amazing, lovely, okay? But for those of you guys who know, I am a Britney Spears fan before I'm even an American, okay? So anyway, right now, you know, she's dealing with some things, but anyway, okay, we're standing strong with our queen. But with the hangman energy coming forth next to this star card, okay, like in that video, you'll notice that Madonna's dancing around everybody who's just sitting still. And you're probably like, yeah, everybody does that in like all the videos. Well, think about that in real life. Like if somebody were just to break out in song or dancing, you'd probably look at them being like, yo, there's something wrong, like here. Okay, or you'd be me and probably try to join in some capacity, okay? But with the star card energy and the hangman energy coming forth, I've been waiting for somebody to ask me to join like a flash mob, and it's for somebody to like we'll learn a whole choreography. That's something special, you know. But anyway, so some of you guys could also be getting proposed to in a very flashy way, to like where even the people who thought that you were jealous of them, their jaws are gonna drop. So like, let's just say if you had like a sister or an aunt or an uncle or something like that, where you were just like, damn, you know, I wish that I could have a marriage like that or whatever. No, you don't. Maybe deep down inside of you, you really didn't wish you had that person's marriage or that person's relationship, where you were just like, damn, I do not want that shit. Okay. You're going to end up receiving like a better relationship than them, a better proposal than them, a better wedding than them, a better ceremony than them, a better baby shower than them, a better baby reveal than them, a better like everything. Okay. The star card is a plethora. When you see a star shine, you don't just see it in one area of the earth. You know, there's people who can look for certain stars, okay, wherever they are, okay, and you see it shine. It's a part of the galaxy. It's a part of something you cannot erase, okay? So this person wanted to leave you in that dark hole, black hole kind of space here. They are the ones who ended up with it. Look at this. The color scheme difference is so different. You got this vibrant blue and light blue and light, you know, is this sage green? No, sage green has a little bit more of a different undertone. Anyway, green, okay? And all these beautiful, vivid colors, okay? And then you have, surrounded in darkness, this person hanging upside down with a frown, may I add. Oh, I never thought that you were going to make anything of yourself. I never thought you were going to do anything like that. And then this person's like, well, you know, I guess you just had to have faith. And that may end up irritating them too, because it's almost like they demonized you in a way. Is also something that I'm getting for pile number ones. But let's get into it. With the energy, we're receiving Aquarius. And then we're also receiving, mainly if we put it in conjunction with the Pisces and Sagittarius, it creates Libra energy, okay? If you guys are going to be like, Pisces, Sagittarius, where are you getting that from? That's the basis of this card. And in conjunction, it creates Libra energy, okay? But getting into the next one, you have the Judgment. And you'll see that in my previous reads where I use my descriptive tarot and everything like that. You'll see that in the different reads. And it comes up in there. And I give you guys, you know, the text proof and all that shit. I'm not doing that again, because it's just redundant, okay? So with the Judgment card energy coming forth, this person's going to get look at this. Damn, remember I told you you were going to be looking down at them? If you guys are a singer, this is somebody who's going to eventually walk into a damn supermarket and not be able to fucking get past your voice, or maybe a show that you're doing or whatever. This is this person's karma. And you know who else that happened to? Lady Gaga's ex-boyfriend, who told her that she was never going to be famous or never get a record deal or anything. And now her fucking music plays in that coffee shop like crazy, she said. Anyway, so with the Hangman energy, but of course it's going to play like crazy when you're in the building. I mean, you know what I mean? So with the Judgment card energy coming forth in the upright, it's almost like this person's going to receive a lot of judgment. Maybe when you met this person, they lived really lavish, or they had this amazing stuff or whatever. And like, because maybe they didn't wait till you came on your come up. Maybe they didn't want to wait. Maybe they didn't want to like believe in you or believe in what you were doing. But I'm trying to tell you right now, okay? I told you from here, look at the star card. You're going to be looking down on these people. Like, and it's not even like, oh, I'm better than you. Da, da, da. It's not even like you're going to have that energy. You're just going to be like, oh yeah, I remember you. And this person's going to feel ashamed by what you remember them by, because they never really thought that you were going to be relevant. They never thought that you were going to be, quote unquote, somebody. Okay. But with the Four of Pentacles energy coming forth in the reversal, so they thought, you know, who's going to listen to you? They never listen to you. They'll always listen to the other person who's going to report, or they'll always listen to that person. Or why would they listen to you? Why would they care about how you feel? You know, there was one time I was painting the borders of my sister's like house, right? I was helping her when she had just moved in, and my mom had gotten to argue with my stepfather, and they were like, hey, and he was like, hey, you know, don't say that to her. Like, imagine how she feels. And then my mom was just like, who cares how she feels? Like, it doesn't matter. And that has stuck with me. And I tried to even like make things better with her and make things work. And she doesn't take accountability for some things that I literally medically still have to deal with. Okay. To like the point where it's impossible to deal with somebody like that, you know, due to the direct impact of like my mom. I don't know how she hit me like in the eye like that. All right. To like where it fucked up my gland. But I have the fucking medical debt to fucking prove it. I got the pictures to prove it. I got the fucking medical reports to prove it. I even had to have my freaking boyfriend at the time take me to the damn hospital. You know, I was alone, but still I had to go to the hospital and I had to get that checked out. I had to get on fucking oral antibiotics on top of steroids, okay? And that was the second time. The first time they gave me topical antibiotics for my eye. I'm not even fucking kidding. I sent her pictures of this. She asked me, she was like, hey, why do you have eye problems? And I told her, well, and I wasn't blaming her or anything. I didn't even tell her like, hey, it's your fault. But I was saying, since you hit me in the eye, I have had issues with my the gland in my fucking eye, to where I have a dysfunction, to where it doesn't process the oil the way that it should. So it'll accumulate and it'll create like cysts in my eye. And she, you know what she fucking told me? She said she has communion cups to pray over so that she can give them to me. Do you understand? And she sent that shit to me at 5 o'clock in the morning. And then she said, I never punched you. I've never punched anyone in my life. Mind you, I have police reports from that day for when they took pictures of my fucking face. I have videos. I have fucking medical reports. I had to change my whole entire life around. I lost everything. And she's like, no, I never did that. Dude, and I wiped the slate clean. So now I was like, you know what? I can't try anymore. Somebody just refuses to take accountability. I can't do it. I didn't wish her to hell. I didn't say I hated her. I didn't say fuck you. I didn't say whatever. I'm gonna leave you where you at. You happy anyway, you know? So the next one that you're getting is the Ten of Swords. Some of you guys may end up leaving that person where you're at. You may end up opening up about your story as well with the Four of Pentacles energy in the reversal. Like I said, your voice is going to be heard, especially if you have a third house stellium and it's amplified. I have a third house stellium, okay? and your voice is going to be heard. It doesn't mean that you have to be like a famous recording artist. It doesn't mean that you have to be anything like that, but it just means that whatever you went through, it's going to be heard on a large magnitude. So whether it's you end up on the freaking news report and all of a sudden you're broadcasting some shit that just happened to you or whatever, you know, I could see myself like literally being that person being like, well, you know, that guy who said hide your kids, hide your wife. I could see myself being that person. Or like, I can't be in there, it's got bronchitis. I could see myself being that type of person. Okay, so sometimes it doesn't have to be as fabulous as you might think it is. Okay, so with the Ten of Swords and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, this person's going to open up to you when they are literally at their last, like when they do not have anything, where they're like, damn, I gotta approach her. Maybe she'll still be at that light person that I destroyed, is also something, or maybe he'll be that light person that I helped destroy, like that kind of energy. Now the Three of Wands energy, and I don't feel like you are going to like restrain yourself from holding this person back, from like holding this person back from like approaching you. You're not going to like block this person. You're not going to whatever, like you're just going to leave it be. With the Four of Pentacles energy coming forth in the reversal, though, if you guys aren't at this place yet, or at this kind of like stage yet, just know that it's probably going to be coming within the next 4 years, with the Four of Pentacles energy coming forth in the reversal. Okay, like I said, it's going to be taking a while. But with the Ten of Swords, you're going to end it with this person completely. Okay, like to like where you are not going to, you're not going to talk to this person. You're not even going to respond if they reach out. It's not even going to bother you when they say something, like, because of how much they've already done. And it's almost like this person waits and expects you to come towards them, and you never come. So they end up coming towards you, and they end up seeing the weight of what you had to carry. So let's just say if you were like the scapegoat in your family or whatever, to like where everybody just put everything on you, like, oh, well, get this done, do this, do that, or, oh, they'll take care of that. And you're like, wait a minute, I want to go to the fucking gym. You know what I mean? But with the Ten of Wands energy coming forth in the reversal, this is this person, after you leave, after you were like, you know what, fine, you don't think I have any value, you don't think my feelings matter, you don't think I matter at all, then you deal with it. You accommodate your life to raise a child that's not yours. You go ahead and accommodate your world to be your sister's beck and call, or your mother's beck and call whenever you want to. You go ahead and do that. And then tell me I don't matter, when you know damn well that I do. With the Ten of Wands energy and the Ten of Swords, you're receiving 10-10. So there's a major transformation, a major change. It's a 180 in your life, okay? It's pulling me towards that ever after moment, towards the end. Probably not as that grandiose, guys, and probably not as that dramatized, but it's going to be a similar feeling to like where maybe you end up having a new family that's positioned with power. Maybe you end up having marry into a different position or whatever. It doesn't change who you are fundamentally, because the light is still very much there with the star card in the upright. It looks like you're not being drained as much as you were with this individual. But I do feel strongly, okay, that you're going to have that ever after moment to like at the end. If you guys are like, why do you keep talking about ever after? Ever after, you watch it. Okay, just watch it. I don't care if you don't like romantic movie. I don't care if you don't like Cinderella. You're going to like Cinderella after you watch Ever After. Okay. Drew Barrymore, just enough said. Okay. So after she saves herself and he proposes to her and everything like that, I'm going to tell you the ending. Her stepmothers, who put her through fucking hell on her land, okay, that is honestly rightfully hers, all right, that she was caring for and she didn't want to abandon because it was literally the last thing that she had, okay? All right, they put her through the works. She had never even met her mom, all this. They put her through so much shit. And the queen at the time of, what is she? Is she French? Yeah, France, okay? The queen at the time, who was French, okay? It's just hard to tell who's who, because it doesn't matter if you dive into Egyptian mythology, Greek mythology back in the day, they're going to have some British person playing it. So it's hard to see like how they really, where they're really from and shit. So it's funny, they talk about like blackwashing and like whitewashing all day and shit like that, but I'm sorry, but Grecians didn't look like Queen Elizabeth, okay? They just didn't. So back in the day, when you have all these like Romans, you know, and even when they were depicting Romans, they still weren't even real Romans. They were like British anyway. So with the Ten of Wands energy coming forth, which is a part of like the Roman Empire in a way, you know, I guess, right? In a way. But with the 10 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, you guys, anyway, you guys are going to have this moment, okay, to like where you're going to be given an option of, you're going to be, the hands of somebody's fucking life are going to be a little bit in your hands here, okay, to like where you're going to be able to give some kind of final judgment. And that's probably why this judgment card is right here. And you're looking down at this person. It's literally giving me that vibe. And it makes me want to just like go ahead and show you that clip, but I don't think I can. Because Lord have mercy, guys, I'm trying not to get copyright again. Okay. But it's fine. They pay them anyway. You know, they pay them of whatever I use. They'll give them that portion. It's fine. But you guys are going to be able to determine something for this person, whether it's going to be their end-all be-all within that company that you work for, okay, where you're like, you know what, I have seen their work. It's almost like they're going to ask you for a review of somebody. It's almost like your word is going to determine someone's fate in a certain situation, okay, that they're going to come towards you with. This could even be like a law thing. It could be literally that somebody like, oh, well, ask my daughter, ask this. Somebody that they are so used to like defending them or being there for them, or somebody that they feel like would kind of like swallow their own pain or their own guilt for whatever else that you're going through, okay, is something that I'm getting from this pause. Maybe you were that person for that person. But let's get into it a little bit more. And let's get into your blessings to see what else you're going to be receiving here. And we also have some love messages, so don't you worry, guys. Let's get into it. This is a pretty long reading for round number 1, but hopefully my iMovie won't be a bitch to me. So let's get into it. Dear soul, I'm going to have to delete Angry Birds. Anyway, dear soul, you'll be receiving a miracle in regards to housing when you least expect it, love spirit. So when this ended up happening, okay, maybe this person kicked you out, maybe whatever. You ended up getting a blessing with housing at the last minute. Maybe you were literally homeless, like where you literally had nothing, okay? And you ended up getting a blessing with housing at the last minute where you didn't really expect it, okay? The next one that you're getting is approved business loan. And then after that, you're going to also get an approved business loan for whatever you're wanting to do. Maybe you end up being like, you know what? This is what happened with me, is that the trauma became a lot for me, to the point where I forced myself to like work around other people. And I'm being really open and vulnerable here. And I know I'm going to get reamed for it, and people will say whatever they want to say online and shit. I already get bullied enough. I get it. Okay? People make fun of my fucking anime cards on live stream when I'm just answering questions for free. Like, I get it. Okay? It's funny. Haha. But shit, just forget it. So when you least expect it, approved business loan. So right after you end up, okay, so anyway, so I don't work around like a lot of people because I have trauma, okay? So I have dealt with some things, and like I've literally sat on the phone with a dude who was like in the military one time, and I literally told him everything, and just like it was like nothing to me, because I was like, all right, and I'm living, you know, it is. And he was like, dude, are you okay? Like, when people say that shit, I'm like, yeah, I know, I should be like in therapy or something. So with approved business loan, 700 coming to you, some of you guys, maybe it's the smallest of business loans. And my point of that is the reason why I couldn't work around other people. Maybe the reason why you ended up creating your business or something like that, or really ended up diving into their offering that service to other people or whatever, was because of something that you really couldn't do anymore. Okay? Or something that you really just couldn't emotionally take on anymore. So you created a new environment for yourself. You created a safety net for yourself, of some people. Okay? So maybe that means creating your own business. Okay? Maybe that means applying for a certain loan and you thinking, damn, well, I really don't have, I just need just a little bit to get by, like just maybe an extra 500 to get by. And maybe you can't even apply for an AMSCOT loan because maybe you're self-employed or whatever. And people don't realize, like, when you're self-employed, a lot of the things that are of access to other people, like Bridget, Earn It, like things like that, you don't really get access to those things, okay? With 700 coming to you, you have to work a little bit harder for those things, okay? And I get that. And maybe it ends up happening like within 4 to 6 weeks. This could also be something happening for you guys. If you guys are wanting a time frame within 4 to 6 weeks, could also be significant. To like maybe you end up getting maybe a small loan. It doesn't have to be like, and I'm not talking about, oh, I received a small business loan of $1 million. I'm not talking about that, okay? I'm talking about real people, real problems, okay? Even though he is a real person and that was a real problem for him in his sector of his life, which impacted very select few of the 1% of the world. But anyway, within 4 to 6 weeks, 700 coming to you, okay, an approved business loan. Some of you guys are going to end up getting like a small business loan of something, all right? And this happened to me when I first received my first business loan. I was able to like triple my income, okay, I was Ubering and also recording readings within my car. I was live streaming I have videos of it. Like you can go back and you will see that. Okay, of like me being at Parasol, I call it Parasol Island. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I think was I Miami? No, I was in St. Pete. And I was in St. Pete, and I have this, like, whenever I have a car, I always have urges to, like, discover new places. So in order for me to discover new places, I, like, Ubered. So I Ubered at the same time of me making money. I was also traveling and experiencing new places or stopping at certain places, and I would make it like a fun thing for myself is what I would do. So I really liked doing that, something that made me happy. So within 4 to 6 weeks, okay, so I was able to make that small investment, get that rental car and stuff like that, but then I had received a ticket, okay, for making an illegal U-turn. Well, really, it was for my device's failure. Uber told me to make a U-turn, and the freaking cop saw it, okay, and he gave me a ticket for Uber giving me the wrong directions. So I ended up going to court, getting that battled out, but I ended up owing court fees, like $220 worth of court fees, and I couldn't pay that on top of what I just paid them. I literally just paid them, like for that ticket clinic, for the lawyers to go over there and fight the case. So on top of that, I ended up having to pay on top of that, and because I wasn't able to meet that at that deadline, my license got suspended. So I was unable to drive, unable to do everything. I was late for that, and it was one little mistake, literally one little mistake. It wasn't like I was running a red light or like immensely speeding or I was making a crazy legal U-turn. Like, no, dude, like I was completely targeted, okay? And that's really why that shit got washed out of court, okay? Because there's no fucking sign on that street that says no U-turns, okay? And that's how that shit got washed out of court, okay? But besides that, all right, this kind of already happened for me. Be very transparent, all right? So that's how I know that this is not my pile, but it's giving me a direct outline of how it's potentially going to be happening for you, is that you may end up, okay, getting housing when you least expect it. When I was left on the street by my father and everything, I didn't know if my old landlord was going to reach back out to me and approve that I would be able to stay there, you know, just for like until I got on my feet. It wasn't the best place. It was extraordinarily run down, but it was a place for me off of the street. So I was able to do that. Literally like 3 hours after my dad was like, "You're not worth the investment. Give me the keys. I'll drop you off at a shelter." And I stayed right there in the corner and I waited. And then I didn't want to wait anymore because there was sketchy people coming by. So then I just waited in like a Barnes and Noble across the street from the potential house that I was going to stay at with like my one folder of things, because my dad told me that he was going to wait around just for today for me to like get my things. But before that, he told me that he was going to put my things like in a storage across town, even though there was like a public storage right by where I was going to stay. So I had a lot of pressure on my shoulders, and I really didn't think that I was going to have a house to stay at. And I ended up getting a house when I least expected it. And my approval for the business loan didn't come in until after I left that house and got approved for a pad split, and was able to do that. So I got the first small business loan. It was like only like $900 or something, okay? And then I was able to like make a small investment to something, which was like I was able to get the car. I was able to like take my income from like only like 1,200 to like almost $6,000 a fucking month. I'm not even kidding, on just Ubering. And you're probably like, were you just Ubering? Like, no, I was answering, doing readings in between the rides, and then I was also Ubering for fucking 10 hours straight. I'm not even kidding. And it wasn't like deliveries. I was Ubering for 10 hours straight. I would go from like Miami all the way up to like Fort Lauderdale, and beyond that, almost to like Orlando. Then I would come all the way back, and I would go back and forth all the time. So it was a lot for me, and there was a part of me that just kind of wished that it would just stop and I could just go back to just chilling. So in turn, did I manifest that? Maybe so, okay? But let's go into it a little bit more. And let's see what other blessings you're going to be receiving. So 20,000 and up coming towards you. So it looks like after a smaller investment, you're going to end up receiving a larger investment. So that's also what ended up happening for me, as well as I ended up getting a larger loan, okay? And that ended up being really great. It happened on like February 12th. Yeah. Actually, the same day that they buried my grandmother. Which was my universal karma for not being invited to the funeral. So I was able to receive something anyway. So most people won't understand that unless you deal with that. But yeah, it happened. I wasn't invited to the funeral. My father doesn't take accountability for his actions. Okay, so the next one that you have is, I can teach you, just watch. Let me fix that. I know someone I could call who can help. Let me help you carry that. Acts of service. So they're going to try to maybe not be as direct with their accountability. They're going to try to do like, oh, okay, this is only acts, like they're going to try to do things for you. Well, let me fix that. Let me do that. Not be like, you know what, I'm really sorry for putting you through this. Or like, I really should have handled this better. Or like, you know, I can't believe that you went through all of that and I'm sorry I wasn't there for you like I should have been. Like I promised you I would have been. Like that kind of thing, okay? Now you're also getting, dearest you, I'm starting to trust you. I'll begin to give you certain tasks only people closest to me get to do. Please follow through in thought them. So this is what this person, I feel like you're going to test this person with certain things, okay? That maybe you only trust certain people to do, okay? Like, hey man, like, can you like help me move or whatever? Maybe you don't trust everybody to help you move or like whatever. And you ask them and then all of a sudden they're going to be like, well, let me try to take you. Let me try to get this done. Let me try to do that. Let me try to work. It's almost like that, okay? It's like where you see that they're kind of trying to put some form of effort. Dear Stu, I know I messed up. I'm kicking myself for how I treated you. I'm going to put in more effort soon. I can't make this shit up, guys. You literally just saw me pick that up. Like, you literally just saw me pick it up. Okay. Dear Stu, I know I messed up. I'm kicking myself for how I treated you. I'm going to put in more effort soon in thought them. Now, the next one that you're getting is, Dear Stu, until you let the past go, you will keep reliving similar or even the same cycles. Clear your energy and stand on business. You chose this. Love spirit is also something that's coming forth, okay? Now, there's somebody who's going to make it seem like maybe you chose to do that. Maybe there was a part of you that did. Maybe there was a part of you that chose to maybe get divorced or maybe quit or maybe, you know, whatever, okay? But you didn't realize some of the things that were going to happen after. And again, that's on you. But there are also some things that they did that pushed you to creating, to making that decision, and pushed you in the corner to making that decision or that choice, to where it gave you this really deep ultimatum within inside of you, is also something that I'm getting. And also about stand on business. Maybe your enemy's trying to attack your business in some way as well. And maybe you're going to end up having to like battle and go through some obstacles in regards to that too. But I do also feel like there's a part of you that's going to choose to forgive this person even without an apology, is also something that I'm receiving. But that is what I am getting for you guys. If you guys do want an in-depth hour read just like this, feel free to book it on my website or even on my direct booking menu below in the description box. All that information is located down there. If you guys do want an instantaneous live reading with me, feel free to hop on any of my live stream. For any of my pass holders, you can always request your private readings to be completed in private or on live stream. So you have always those options. So it doesn't only have to be on live stream, and you always have my, you know, contact information, my direct contact information, how you can reach out to me and request that, all of that from the moment that you end up purchasing that pass. So with that being said, oh, what's this? Oh, I already did that. I already did this. Until you let the pass go. Yeah, I already did that one. But anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. And until next time, bye for now. All right, now pile number 2 is welcome in. So let's get into your reading right away. So the first point that we're going to get to within this reading here, okay, so we've got a couple different points to get to. We're going to get into, first and foremost, will they ever take accountability? Will they continue to lie? Do they understand how this is their fault? When will they take accountability? And what is your karmic blessing because of this? All right, so overall, will they take accountability? So let's go into it. And I also have a main card for you as well, all right, which is your channeled message. And that's what we're going to begin with. Dearest half of my soul. Some of you guys might be married to this person. Never Play by Megan also came through. It's almost like your energy is boss energy, okay? Your energy is something not to be fucked with. So when people do really screw you over, they kind of get nervous. Okay, for pile number 2, okay, with Never Play by Megan Thee Stallion, okay. I did nothing, I said nothing, I just watched as you struggled. I have tried to replace you, but even with a new body, I harbor resentment and guilt. I should have fought for you, because fighting for you is like fighting for me. Everything you went through should have never happened. I'm used to blaming you and not defending you. I'm just as guilty as them for allowing this to happen. I should have been there, is also something that's coming forth, okay? But let's go right into your main message card. So this is definitely somebody who was a bystander. Maybe they didn't directly do this to you, but in a way they feel within their spirit that they are wrong for this, is also something that's coming forth. Maybe this is somebody who should have stood up for you, could have stayed there, could have said something to change the outcome of the situation, but they didn't. This is somebody who knew that they held power, who knows that they have power, and didn't, okay? Now, the Knight of Cups energy coming forth, this is also somebody coming forth towards you with an apology. Could be during Scorpio, Pisces, or I was going to say Capricorn season, but not Capricorn season. I don't know why Capricorn season just popped up into my mind, but it is not Capricorn season. Jesus. So with the Knight of Cups, that is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancerian. I don't know why I said Capricorn. So with the Three of Wands energy coming forth, this could be happening in a couple weeks for some of you guys, all right? This could be something that you have been expecting for a long time, but this is definitely somebody who literally just stood by and waited when they could have assisted you, okay? Like, there was one time my sister was having an asthma attack, and I could have just let her have an asthma attack, you know? I didn't have to press the Brinks button. I didn't have to do CPR and shit. I didn't have to stay on the damn phone and do that shit. After everything she put me through, I should have just let her ass have an asthma attack. But I didn't, okay? I didn't. I fucking saved her life, you know, 3 fucking times. But what are sisters for, you know? Clearly not just to stand by and watch their other sister just get fucking hurt and trampled over, all right? With the Two of Cups energy coming forth in the upright, all right? And the Strength card, this person literally is your other half, and I understand why they feel so guilty. This person and you could have been kindred spirits, okay? The both of you could have been married, or could have been like so close as friends to like where you literally felt like you were sisters. Now the Strength card is also Leo energy dominant, okay? But I don't feel like that's a timing. I feel like you withstood a lot of the pain. You withstood a lot of like lies spewed against you, all that stuff, and this person just stood over to the side and just allowed it to happen and just kind of like waited for you to like stand up for yourself. And maybe even though you did already stand up for yourself, it still wasn't being respected. It still wasn't being valued. It still wasn't being like heard. It was being bypassed a lot of the time. And with the Four of Cups energy coming forth in the upright position, this is also this person randomly reaching out to apologize to you. But it's almost like this person isn't the one who should be apologizing. It's almost like when this person does come back towards you, this is interesting. I just feel like this person really shouldn't be the person apologizing, but they harbor guilt because there's more that they did that you don't know about, is also something that I am picking up. And this will also come to you when you are healed. These new notations are going to come to you when you are healed, so that you do not act adverse, because there's something about the energy that you hold. So it's not the fact that you can't handle it, the truth, or anything like that. You totally can handle that, okay? But it's the matter of what your energy does, okay? So some of you guys, you may physically react. Some of you guys work in the spiritual. And if you guys know anything about magic, it works with your emotions. So the minute that you cry about, if I cry over you in a really intense way, and it wasn't really like my fault, just expect to get into some shit within a couple days of that. Possibly 3 or 4 days, your life's gonna be probably turned upside down just a little bit, okay? And it's not because, oh, she cried and you can't hurt her feelings or whatever. No, it's because some fuckery shit that you did wasn't necessary, and it ended up occurring that way. It wasn't something that was my intention to think about or whatever. It just happens, okay? It happens. And the first time it happens, you're like, okay, ironic. Second time, all right, it's coincidence. Third time, oh shit. All right. Fourth time, oh damn. Fifth time, okay, all right, I get it. You know, this is why certain information comes to you at a select time frames, when you're at a certain headspace and surrounded by certain people, okay? It's almost like your guides are protecting you, but also protecting another person. Because it's almost like what they really, like, if this information would have came to you earlier, this person's backlash, this person's karma, this shit that they like went through, or the karma that they experienced now that they thought was bad, would have been fucking worse. Okay? It would have been fucking worse. So if they thought losing their house was bad, imagine really, really not having anywhere to go, to like where the shelters won't even accept you, to like where you, like, you're kicked off of every bench. You're like, you don't want that. You know what I mean? And people, they laugh about it and they like to play around with it until it happens to them, you know, until all of a sudden they get into some crazy car crash, or all of a sudden they get into some crazy fucking situation. Then who the fuck's laughing now? Clearly not any one of us, because not any one of us are happy, and there was no justice really served in any of that situation. But with the Knight of Cups energy and the Four of Cups energy coming forth and the Two of Cups, this is really emotional. This person had a really strong emotional tie to you. This person knew better. And this is why they're going to apologize to you. This person was very prideful and waited to see if you were going to come back around, waited to see if you would be okay to talk to. It's almost like they waited for somebody else to cut that cord, or to poke the bear and be like, oh, the bear's not reacting. All right, I can come around the corner now. Hey, yeah, I'm sorry too. Like, oh, okay. No. You know what I mean? So with the Knight of Cups energy, this is definitely going to be happening during a water sign season. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Some of you guys, it could be happening within this season. Okay, because Scorpio season doesn't end till, I think, November 21st. So that's still like within the 3-week time frame. Okay, for some of you guys. All right, it could be happening during Scorpio season. If you end up viewing this after, it's the closest water season to you, because this person definitely has a lot of water in their chart. If not, they may have a lot of water in their chart. So this could even be like Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio energy that you're inquiring about, okay? But I really do feel like a time frame with this, okay? This person's going to reach out to you randomly and not in the traditional way that they are used to reaching out to you. So maybe if you block them traditionally, like on your text messenger, like, oh my God, I'm so old. Your text messages or like your messenger or whatever, they're going to find a new way to reach out to you, whether that's creating a different account, or creating a separate email or something of that nature, to try to get a hold of you, try to reach out to you, try to like get to you in some way, okay? But this is definitely going to be happening soon. This is definitely something that I don't feel like you deserved to happen to you. It's something that I'm getting for pile number 2. But let's get into it. And let's see. Are they going to continue to lie, though? Are they going to continue to lie? Let's see. They're not going to continue to lie because they are seeing how it's negatively impacting you. And I hate saying it. I know some believers are going to hate me for saying this, because I am Team Selena. I get it. Okay. But you remember when Haley Baldwin was getting bullied online? Oh, she was getting death threats and shit. She was like, oh my God, like, literally leave me alone. I'm literally doing nothing but showing off Justin Bieber everywhere and making fun of Selena every chance I get, and copying every fucking thing that she does, even her tattoos, and down to her fucking makeup line. And I'm even gonna get sponsored at the same fucking store that she did. But you know what? I'm my own person. I'm sorry. Oh, sit down, you fake ass Giselle. Listen, you guys know what I'm talking about. Giselle, the badass from freaking Taxi and Victoria's Secret. Yeah, it took you a minute for the taxi scene. But anyway, so with the 9 of Swords energy coming forth in the reversal, this person isn't going to lie because of how they're being negatively impacted, okay? But my negative actually wasn't towards Haley. It was actually towards Selena. You know, she knows the power of the things that she says she does. And she really doesn't say or do much. We actually just do this, and the believers have done this, okay? And the Selenators have done this as well. Okay, to like where we have collected a source of information and we have already presented the case. And we're not really moving from that, okay? So with the 9 of Swords energy in the reversal, you know how Selena was like, listen, I don't stand on women hating women. It's like a general kind of thing, to like where it's not necessarily directed towards Haley, but she's just making it kind of general, okay? Kind of like that. This is how this person's going to kind of do that, okay? To like where you're like, well, you know what? I just don't stand for like... And this also gives me like to the point of maybe this person has a little bit of star power, maybe this person has a little bit of like a social media power a little bit. Okay, because I'm seeing you get hit with a whole bunch of like different comments, different fucking messages, and it could even be from different people starting shit with you because of the things that they thought that you did. Okay, it's also something that I'm getting. Let me not go into Selena and Hailey Bieber because all of a sudden I'm receiving information. So let's go into your next one. So overall, I feel like, is this person going to stop lying? Yes, but it's because they are seeing what it's actually doing to you. Okay. Now, do they understand how this is their fault? 100% with the Sun card energy. They know that it's their fault. Okay. I also feel like this is something that is affecting their fortunate marriage. If this person is married or something like that, this is affecting their marriage, like very deeply. With the Sun card, this is Leo energy, okay? But this person 100%, like they know that this is their fault, okay? Like there's not even like a, oh, well, this person did this or this person. They may have tried to play it off like that, but they know 100% that it's their fault. The sun, they ain't no hiding. I can walk out in the sun, you gonna see me. You know what I mean? You gonna see me. Just walking in there, glistening, probably from sweat. But anyway, so let's go into your next one, okay? So with the Sun card energy coming in, does this person understand that it's their fault? Yes, they are fully aware that it's their fault. Now, when are they going to take the accountability, though? When the fuck is this going to happen? Cancerian season with the Chariot card coming forward. Okay. Now, here's a little underlining fact about the Chariot is that sometimes it can mean Virgo season as well. Okay. But on the stronger side, I am picking up a lot of Cancerian energy with the Chariot. So it's going to be Cancerian season. But we're like, when's Cancerian season? So the end of June to like towards the end of July, in a way. It's almost mid-July, okay, is Cancerian season. And I love Cancers, okay? My grandfather was a Cancer. My first love was a Cancer. Love Cancerian energy, okay? I do. Ariana Grande, I know everybody hates her, but I personally have a love for her, so I think she's cool. So they just understand things differently than the way that we process things. They just process things differently. So with the Chariot card coming forth, this is somebody who's going to want to progress towards you, could even be traveling towards you. This is definitely not something that's going to be done online. This person could make like a little bit of a spectacle of it. This person's going to be doing this in person, wanting to look you in your eyes and like get this done is also something that I'm getting with the Chariot card, because look at the Archer. It's almost like I have an intention. I said it, I'm going, which some people would be like, oh shit, that's Sagittarius energy. But no, the Chariot is symbolic towards Cancerian, a little bit of Virgo. Sorry. But overall, Cancerian energy. So Cancerian season is when they are going to apologize to you. And I don't know, I'm getting drunken energy, so this person could be a little drunk. So let's get into the next one. So what is your karmic blessing because of all this? Damn, pile number one was pretty long. Shit. Pile number one, they were probably like, what the fuck? But I swear to you, everybody got the same amount of cards. All right, but let's get into the blessings deck. I think it's just because they had angel numbers that popped up. They had different things that popped, different elements, you know. But let's get into it and let's see here. So, dearest you, get ready for career advancement. You were always meant to do what you did with no regrets. What appears foolish to others meant so much more to you. Your point has been proven. The divine will help you. Love spirit is also something that's coming forth. So some of you guys get ready for an advancement of your career, especially if you just recently quit your job and you're like, oh shit, like I don't think I'm gonna get a new job. I don't think I'm gonna do that, whatever. You end up getting a new job, okay? Now, this is also that maybe, okay, whatever you did, whatever you said to this person, you could have literally just been like, just like in Gen V, you know, in Generational V, where that the top character, he just walks out because his dad's the top character, or he just like walks out, he's like, peace out, like fuck everybody, like I'm gone, okay? But with this energy, he still ends up getting more rapport. He still ends up getting more respect. He's still like, no one gives a damn like what he just like did with that. It's almost like whatever you did, you were intuitively guided and led to do, okay? As I say that 1505 on the timestamp, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But let's get into some more blessings for you, okay? It's definitely a career change or advancement coming forth towards you guys. Now, dearest you, a very important call or letter or visit from a family's lawyer. This is amazing news. You find out what was really left for you. Your inheritance/trust fund will be arriving shortly. Love spirit. Some of you guys, you have a trust fund. Some of you guys do have an inheritance. Some of you guys are going to be receiving that, okay? And it's going to come towards you when you least expect it. and it's going to come towards you in two very different ways, is also something that I am picking up, okay? The next one that you are receiving is family event invite. Say yes, not I don't know. So maybe this is involving family where you're like, I don't know. I don't really want to be there unless I can go with you. No, I'm driving there. Like that kind of energy, okay? With family event invites, say yes, not I don't know. So it's almost like maybe they're going to invite you to something and it's going to seem really strange. A part of you is going to feel like, I feel like they're trying to set me up. Maybe I'm just paranoid. And yes, that is a part of that song. You know, I think these bitches trying to set me up. Maybe I'm just paranoid. That one? Yeah. I don't know who sings that. I think it's Ty Dolla $ign. I got a badass bitch in the valley. Yeah. So let's go into the next one. You have, dearest love, I'm going to introduce you to my family. It's time they know who I really love and love them. And in between this, you might end up taking somebody with you. God bless y'all. Listen, you might end up taking somebody with you to this event. And even I feel like it's going to be rocky at first. Okay, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of tension, maybe, especially if this is a rift between you and a family member, where you're just going to be like, damn, why the fuck am I here? Like, you know, like, why am I here? And it's something that was left for you, something that you have to know about, and it's something that the whole family's got to be aware of, is also something that I'm getting. But you received family there. Family is in this card as well, and family is in that card. So 3 out of 4 cards are saying family, okay? So it looks like you have a really big blessing in regards to your family, or maybe your family is going to help you out in recouping your energy. You're standing like on your own again, or something of that nature, okay? Is also something that I'm receiving. But let's see here. Let's get into it a little bit more. Sorry, just organizing that. Also, guys, you guys received 1505, right? Let's get into 1505 before we get into the timestamp. I mean, the tarot. 1505, angel number. It represents significant life changes, transformation, and new beginnings, as it combines the energy of 1, new beginnings, the number 5, change and transformation, the number 0, spiritual growth, and the infinite. Seeing this number suggests you should embrace new opportunities and trust the shifts happening in your life, particularly in your relationships and career. Some of you guys are going to have a relationship advancement and a career advancement, like 2 of them, okay? As they are leading you towards spiritual and personal growth. Major life changes, the number 5 appearing twice in 1505, emphasizes transformation and significant shifts that are likely on the horizon. The presence of the number 1 signifies fresh starts and new opportunities that you should be open to. The number 0 amplifies the spiritual nature of the message, indicating that these changes are a part of a larger spiritual journey. And the number 1505 can be a sign that your relationships are about to undergo a significant change, which could be positive, such as a new romance or a reunion, or could involve a necessary separation for a greater good. So maybe you had to undergo a certain separation with either like your family or like a certain lover of yours or whatever, for the greater good of just you, of what you needed to do. Like, do you really think that you would have, for instance, if I was in a relationship when I started this channel, I don't even think I would have really started this channel. I don't even feel like it would even like come up really, okay? Because I would have had like somebody to confide in. I would have had somebody to talk to. I would have had somebody to kind of like bounce creative ideas off with. I would have channeled it differently, but because I was kind of like left alone, I did this on my own, you know, things like that, okay? But some of you guys could be having a family reunion as well. I'm also getting Johnson family reunion. I think it's just called Johnson's family reunion. Somebody's having a baby soon. The overall message is to have faith in the process and step outside of your comfort zone to embrace the changes as they are for your highest good. So I'm also getting an unknown call, all right, with embracing the unknown. Someone's going to call you from an unknown number as well. I'm hearing pick it up. Now, the next one that you're getting is the 5 of Swords, all right? The 5 of Swords energy is coming up in the upper. So a lot of 5s are in this pile. A lot of changes, significant changes. Don't be scared of change or transformation. Like, you know, home is where the heart is. Every time she sees the number 5, she's like, oh my God, something's going to happen. And it does, but it just ends up creating transformation and change in her life for the better of her, like life. It's just chaotic the way it happens. Like, you know, she sees the 5. You just gotta see the movie. I'm not even kidding. Just see the movie. Home is where the heart is. And they don't even talk about angel numbers. They don't even talk about the spiritual aspect of it. They just talk about 5. So the next one that you have is the 2 of Wands, okay? With the 2 of Wands energy in the reversal, this person put on like the fakest of faces with you, okay? And you're going to become very authentic. You're also going to not necessarily even look at their page anymore or even care about them anymore with the 2 of Wands energy in the reversal. This is your good karma for this, okay? And the next one that you're getting is the Wheel of Fortune. When you stop looking for it, or maybe they made it seem like they didn't even care about you, or they didn't even want to help you or anything like that, it looks like this person's going to try to make up for it. There's also somebody really jealous, somebody who's like really into books. This could be a sibling. This person could be very ignorant, doesn't know the full situation. Okay, now Wheel of Fortune is also surrounded by fixed sign energy, so that's Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio, okay? I don't know why they only did 3. She should have did 4, and it should have been symbolic towards, she should have studied this a little bit more. This one is supposed to have 4. Anyway, so with the Wheel of Fortune energy coming forth, this is about a breakthrough. This is also about somebody making contact with you through the internet or email. Gemini in 8th house could be significant, especially if it's in the matters of inheritance. Now the next one that you're getting is the Fool card, Aquarius and Aries energy. Yeah, somebody's gonna be really fucking set that you got this. And it's because they don't really know the truth. This could even be like, okay, so let's just say your sibling's mad, the one who ended up getting everything or whatever, but your sibling gets mad that you're getting everything because of the disrespect, quote unquote, that maybe you showed to their parents, but their parent or you guys' parents know why you did that. And maybe they're just not wanting to be 100% with them. Is also something that I'm picking up. This is interesting. So like, this could be like, fuck, I gotta say my fucking life as the example. So let's just say if there was somebody who was born, okay, out of wedlock. It was the first child for this person. And that person ends up going to the hospital and being like, yo, that's not my child. They're too white. Guys. Okay, stay with me. Okay, stay with me. So they're too white. Okay. So I'm not putting my last name on the birth certificate, whatever. You name her, you keep her, whatever. It doesn't matter. And then maybe fast forward about 6 years later, they end up having another child, okay? And that child ends up having complications during the birthing process. Both of them, actually, that they ended up trying to have. I wonder why that happened. So that person ends up putting their last name on that child that they waited and stayed every single day for at the hospital and everything like that, and cared for the mother and everything like that, not knowing. They thought it was balancing out the karma that they had already done with their first one, not knowing that, honey, no, this is the karma you're going to experience for neglecting the first one. Okay, I'm serious. I'm very serious. To like where it will seem like it's all going good and it's running good for a little while, then all of a sudden it's just gonna pop off like fucking crazy. That's divine justice. That's how you know it's divine justice, not no little kitchen magic. Now with the Fool card coming forth, and the next one that you're receiving is the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands energy is coming forth in the upright position, which is blockages, it's delays. There's somebody who wanted what you are getting, okay? And this could have been that jealous sibling who literally had their father or their mother's love from the fucking jump, and you didn't. Maybe you were literally left alone. And the only people that really know the truth about what happened, maybe you and your biological parent. So whether that's like your mother or your father or whatever, okay? Now the next one that you are getting, or adopted parent, whatever, okay? It's almost like you really didn't have what they had, okay? So like where maybe you got glimpses of it, but the one mistakes that you made, or like maybe you just made a mistake here or there, and it was like 10 times harder that they went down on you for that, okay, is also something that I'm getting for people who are dealing with that. And it looks like this was something that they wanted to block from you, that you're going to end up finding out about, maybe even discovering about on your own through really in-depth research with the Hermit card, possibly not even sleeping. The reason why I'm laughing is because literally look at her face. She's like, huh? Like what? Like she's just like out of the dead zone of freaking like, well, out of the freaking rabbit hole. Okay, essentially. Like Alice just came out of Wonderland, like that kind of vibe. Now with the Nine of Swords energy, this is also about somebody who maybe is going to still keep this a secret between the both of you guys. This is also what I'm getting. It's almost like they're not going to publicly be like, oh, I'm sorry for putting you through this, this, and this, and maybe you were wanting that. But it's almost like they're going to make up for it in a different way and try to reverse the pain that they had already caused. And they're going to be relentless when it comes to communication, okay, with the Eight of Wands energy coming up. And that's going to be your blessing, is that this person is going to be relentless of wanting to kind of like offer you more. This person's also going to be really relentless of wanting to be there. And this person's also going to want to take accountability, but they're not wanting the public shame for it, okay? So it's going to make it seem like on the outside, like it's kind of like other people that they spoke shit about you to, that they didn't really tell them the full truth. They're not going to take accountability with that, but they're going to take accountability when it's the interpersonal relationship that they share with you, if that makes sense for pile number 2s. But that is what I am getting for pile number 2. If you do want a reading like this with me, I do offer 30-minute reads, as well as 20-minute reads and hour reads, and even single questions and mini reads. So check out my menu below if you are interested, and feel free to book privately, or you can even book it on my live stream, and I can give you an in-depth on live stream as well. Until next time, guys, please subscribe for more content, and don't forget to press the hype button. It helps other people like find this video as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope this offered you some assistance and some clarity and gave you a little bit more hope for today. But until next time, bye for now. Hello, pile number 3s. Welcome, welcome. So let's get right into your reading. Will they take accountability? Okay, we got a couple different points here, and I have them separated in different sections. So the first one you're getting is, will they ever take accountability? Will they continue to lie? Do they understand how this is their fault? When will they take accountability? And what is your karmic blessing because of this? Okay, because of this, you know, going down, like the good that's going to come out of this. Okay. And I also have a original channeled message here for you guys that's not a part of my standard decks, for the accountability. All right. So let's go into the first main question, which is, will they ever take accountability? Take a Bow by Rihanna, and I think that was like the first one that I wrote too. Dearest pained soul, hurting you wouldn't have pleased me if I didn't get caught. Everyone believed my side and threw your feelings in the trash. I thought I was untouchable, that you were suffering for not listening to me. I ended up losing everything, even their trust, for doing the same thing to them that I did to you. I'm only taking accountability because I need you to help me out of this. I need you to do what I refuse to do for you, is also something that's coming forth. Okay, so maybe there's somebody, maybe a friend. This looks like a friend situation, okay, potentially for some of you guys. All right, but let's get into it a little bit more, and let's see. So you guys are receiving the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So there's somebody who publicly rejected you and maybe lied and was like, I don't like that person, I don't like this, I don't like that, they're freaking horrible or whatever. All right, with the Ace of Cups energy coming forth in the upright position. Now the next card, that I'm not in the upright, the reversal position. Now the next one that you are getting is this main card in the reversal. Okay, heavy on the Scorpio energy with this. All right, this could be Scorpio, January Aquarius, or Capricorn. Okay, now the next one that you are getting is the Five of Pentacles energy coming forth in the upright. This person left you out in the cold. Okay, and maybe this person also left you in debt for some of you guys. All right, now the next one that you're getting is the Eight of Cups energy coming forth in the reversal. This person's a nightmare. This person's a nightmare. I'm sorry that you had to deal with this person. The reason why is because this person was really toxic and then pretended like they weren't. And then this person also left you out in the cold, didn't really give you any like affirmation or anything like that, but then all of a sudden reverted right back towards you. This is like a little bit of a love situation, all just to manipulate you and to get what they want. With the Magician card in the reversal, this person would lie again and again and again if they had to. And I do feel like this person is turned on by that is also something that I'm getting. But let's get into it and let's see a little bit more, okay? Will they ever take accountability? I don't feel like they are. And if they do, they're just going to do it like very minimal in order just to get what they want from you. Okay. Now, let's get into some more here. Oh. So the next question you're getting is, will they continue to lie? Yes, they have no boundaries, and they do not respect boundaries with the Seven of Wands energy coming up in the reversals. I say that 333 at 1212. Okay, so let's get into that. 333, angel number, meaning. All right, so this generally signifies encouragement, creative growth, and balance, suggesting a need to trust your creativity and intuition. It is often interpreted as a sign of support from higher powers and a call to embrace opportunities in your career and relationships with a focus on setting plans into motion and maintaining optimism. So despite what this person did or whatever, like, still maintain your optimism, still do what you are wanting to do, okay? I'm literally hearing Dirt Off Your Shoulder by Jay-Z. It could also be significant encouragement and spiritual guidance. Seeing 333 is considered a positive sign that you're being supported and guided by a spiritual force. The number is strongly linked to creativity, and its appearance is an encouragement to focus on creative projects and to express yourself. So this is eventually going to, all these lies piling up, all this stuff, it's going to lead you to possibly expressing yourself creatively, okay, for pile number 3s. And I said this for a different pile, I believe, a little bit. I touched base on this. But for this one, I feel like it's almost like, it could be that you end up becoming an artist and everything. I'm not going to limit you. But for some reason in this pile, I'm feeling like you're just going to act creatively with your responses to this person. It's almost like you're going to tell them select information. Who does this? Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian does this. She'll tell select information to certain people and see who's the rat. Is also something that's coming forth. Okay. And Selena Gomez does that as well. She'll also like take everybody's phone before entering any of her events, you know. If you're in a relationship, the number can mean your relationships are entering a phase of growth and balance. If you've recently gone through a breakup, it may signal that angels are supporting your healing process, okay? So you're not the only one who thinks that this person is wrong. If your career focus is, like, I feel like living or dead. So 333 suggests a time for career advancement and potential financial abundance, encouraging you to trust your intuition in your professional life is also something that's coming forth. So maybe there's somebody who really tried to lie on you in your career or something like that. Let me tell you, that shit is going to like come out of nowhere, okay? Like it's going to come out of nowhere towards them. And they may end up losing their position or job or even getting immensely demoted is also something that I'm receiving for this. But let's get into it. So are they going to continue to lie? Yes. Okay. Do they understand how this is their fault? No. They want to move on from it. They feel like things happen. Life happens. They also feel like they won. Okay, with the Chariot card coming forth. And it's because they feel like they hold more power than you. Okay, that's how they feel. So we're picking up a little bit of Cancerian energy and a touch of Virgo, because sometimes Virgo tends to creep through with Chariot. There's a little bit of a duality with that. Cancerian and Virgo energy is, you know, tied to Chariot. Mainly Cancerian. Okay. But let's go right into the next one. But I do feel like this person quickly moved on from that situation. This person didn't necessarily like rue on it. This person, you know, they wouldn't have apologized if they didn't get caught. Okay, let's just put it that way. They wouldn't have apologized if they didn't get caught or if they didn't, you know, have to, is also something that I'm getting. Okay, and we also received that number 1212. 1212, angel number meaning. Okay. So it signifies spiritual awakening, alignment with your purpose, and the need for balance and trust in your life. It's a message from your spirit guides that you are on the right path for personal and spiritual growth, encouraging you to maintain a positive mindset and trust the journey you're on. That's all great. So seeing 1212 can indicate that you're experiencing a spiritual awakening and are moving toward a greater understanding of your higher purpose. This person is going to try to apologize to you on a trip. I don't know, I'm getting that energy. The number encourages you to stay positive and hopeful as your thoughts are actively manifesting your reality. It's a sign that your spirit guides are communicating with you and you are aligned with the right direction in life. 1212 is a reminder to find balance in your life and to trust the process, even when things feel uncertain. The repetition of the numbers 12 and 12 amplifies the message, suggesting divine guidance and support are present. So again, another indicator that no, you're not alone in that. I don't know why I feel like you may be the person who's like, did you guys see that? And literally people are like, who are you talking to? And you're like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him. Like, you know, like God, or like her, whatever you want to say. I don't believe God is a woman, but that is my personal opinion, okay, on the matter. Anyway, so let's get into the next one. When will they take accountability? Oh, shit. When they feel like you're on top. And I'm also hearing, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in a building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there. Like that kind of energy with the hangman. It's almost like this person's waiting for you to come on, like some sort of come up. To like where they're like, oh, I guess I kind of have to apologize now. I guess people actually really do, you know, are going to kind of defend this person now. I can't really just put them in a corner anymore. With the hangman energy coming forth, I can't, you know, take away their voice anymore. I can't be Ursula to them anymore. With the hangman energy coming forth. And the upright. Pulling through Sagittarius as well as Pisces. In conjunction, creating Libra energy. This is somebody who's waiting back to feel like they have to apologize. They have to do that. Like it's the dire moment, if it's either now or never kind of energy. So when will they take accountability? When they damn well feel like they have to. When they feel like you have come up enough that you're at like a good energy or whatever. It's like where they don't necessarily have to take accountability is also something that I'm picking up. But let's get into your messages for what is your karmic blessing because of all this. What's going to be the good that's coming out of all this? Dearest you, congratulations. You're about to receive a huge payout. You made your sale goal and people are, let's just say, amazed. Even your grumpy coworker. Enjoy the success. Spirit is also something that's coming forth, okay? So you guys are going to be receiving some really good recognition at work, maybe even getting a huge payout. Dearest you, you'll be receiving a positive court ruling. This will make you finally free. Love Spirit, some of you guys are waiting on like your divorce. You're like, damn, am I going to get a settlement or what? That could possibly be happening. With the evening time coming forth in the upright position. I'm also hearing Erase Me by Kid Cudi. Evening time could be significant. Maybe this person ends up trying to apologize to you during the evening time. Dearest you, something that was taken from you will be given back. There will be an apology letter attached to Love Spirit. So whether this was like, maybe this person was like, no, this is my dog. You know what I mean? You're not taking my dog. Or no, this is my whatever it may be. Okay? And you end up getting it. Okay? Maybe you end up winning it. To the point where this person may feels like they have to apologize to you for it. But it's almost like it's not out of their genuine like, oh, I should apologize. It's like they really do feel like they have to in order to just keep things like chill is also something that I'm getting. Now the next one that you're receiving is Dearest Soul. Be ready to receive recognition for the good that you have put out. People you have helped will name you as their emotional anchor. Children that you've birthed will be publicly grateful for your sacrifices. You will feel appreciated. Love Spirit is also something coming forth. Now, the next one that you're receiving is, Dearest Love, I can't sleep knowing someone else is holding you. Is this what I've put you through? I should have never played you. I'm going to apologize soon. Is also something that's coming forth. You may end up stepping out with somebody new, boo. You might have a new boo. I'm also hearing New Bitch by Iggy Azalea. 400 coming to you is also something that's coming forth. So you may end up getting, like, receiving some kind of small payout. But for some reason, I feel like this is like winning. I keep hearing win, 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 like ding, 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 with the 400 coming towards you. But let's get into it a little bit more. And let's see here, because this is not the end of the messages. We just got through the blessings, and where else? Hold on, let me just separate this. Blessings. Okay. And we still have the cards to get through as well, the tarot portion for what your karmic blessing is because of this. So let's go into it. Dearest you, I want to begin trying for a baby with you. I want to have a baby with you in thought them. So this could be somebody who's going to want to trap you with a child as well, or you may end up having your own happy family, or getting the one thing that your ex maybe refused you, or your person ended up refusing you, which is kind of like you having a baby with somebody else. All right, maybe that person was like, oh, I need more time, or we should wait, or we should do that, or we should, you know, and you're like, we're already married. We're already doing that. Why do we have to wait on having a child when everything is literally in alignment? We have the savings for it, we got the insurance for it, everything would be fine. It's mainly this person who didn't want to give that to you. Maybe they made a promise to you before that. You know, like my ex-husband was like, oh yeah, we'll have a baby like within the first 2 years of marriage, and that never happened. Thank God. All right, but the next one that you're getting is, dearest you, I will go with you. I do not want you to feel alone. I will pick you up and stay with you. This is not just your life and my life. It's our life. Love them is also something that's coming forth, okay? There's somebody who's going to want to be there for you. And there's also somebody who's going to want to go with you to a certain place. And they're going to make it seem like they don't want you to feel alone, but really they're trying to collect information and they're trying to be nosy. Dearest you, I made up lies about you. I want you back in my life, so I will tell them the truth. I will admit to how I treated you and the lies I made up so that none of my friends or family would want to know you. In thought them is also something coming forth, so that's confirmation there. Next one that you're getting is, dearest you, I've been uploading posts about my feelings towards you. I am trying to grab your attention. I'm going to post again soon. In thought them. Next one that you are receiving is, dearest love, you are so smart, it is insane. I want you to work with me. I want to ask you if you want to come with me. In thought them is also something coming forth. So there's somebody who wants you around. They like picking your brain about things. This is also somebody who wants you to work with them, wants you on their team, because they'd rather you they'd rather be on the same team with you than against you, is also something that I'm picking up. Dearest love, come with me for a few days. I want to spend time with you. No distractions, just us. In thought them is also something that's coming forth. Some of you guys are also going to recognize your worth to somebody, or how much you actually mean to someone. Dearest you, not being intimate together has created a barrier. I wish you wanted to touch more and argue less. Touch more, say less. I hope you don't reject me after I try to be intimate. I hope you want me as much as I want you, craving you, them. Now this person could end up trying to approach you, or maybe trying to make things better, like with sex. And sex, you know, it does make things better. But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily, it literally hides everything under the rug, you know what I mean? So with the next one that you're getting, literally, get it? Carpus master drapes. I literally been trying to put that into, anyway, so if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Anyway, so like, dearest you, not being intimate together has created a barrier. I wish you wanted to touch more and argue less. So it's almost like this person they feel like you wouldn't have as many problems together if you guys probably fucked it out a lot more. Is also something that I'm getting from this pile, okay? And this person like wishes to be craved by you is also something that I'm getting from this pile. But let's go right into, and that's like a blessing that you're gonna receive. So maybe this person like pining after you a little bit is gonna be your blessing. So the first one that you're getting is the Hierophant. Shit, girl, or man, you're gonna be married. And you're gonna have a soul contract that you're about to fulfill with the Hierophant card coming forth, okay? I love this Hierophant card. It reminds me of My Happy Marriage, the anime, season 1, because season 2 sucks, but season 1 was pretty good. With the Hierophant energy, this is also Taurus and Cancerian energy, but you're the only pile that received the Hierophant, actually. So this is somebody who is not going to let you go. Even after you end up leaving them or creating space or separation, this person wants to continuously try. With the 5 of Cups energy coming forth, this person wants to be like your husband, okay? With the Emperor card and the Hierophant energy, there's no other way around it. That person wants to be your husband. What the fuck? So the next one that you're getting is the 6 of Swords, or this could be you literally getting into a genuine relationship and them feeling like they have lost out all opportunity with you, okay? And then all of a sudden you may end up moving to like a different place or even a different location with the 6 of Swords with your new hubby, having a brand new fucking life. And this person starts to recognize that maybe if they just had enough patience or had given the situation enough time, that maybe it could have really worked out. With the Temperance card coming forth, Sagittarius season could be significant as well for this pile of you getting into a truly committed relationship to like where this person has no opportunity to even get back with you. But they're they hold out like a smidge of hope that what you have going on won't work out for you. And you're probably like, what the fuck, that's hope? Yeah. All right, with the 8 of Swords energy coming forth, In the reversal, this isn't clarification, it's a continuation, but this is somebody getting out of their headspace. This is also you. Your blessing is that you're not going to be in a relationship that's going to confuse you all of the time. You're not going to be in a relationship that's going to keep you really tense all of the time. Your good karma for this is that you're actually going to have somebody who you're going to follow through with plans and actually generate a life with the Three of Pentacles energy. Some of you guys could also receive a deal, like a deal, or like something dealing with like a business, especially if this is dealing with business. This could even be like you getting a really good deal in regards to your business, maybe after some losses, maybe switching to like a different location, taking time to heal that business or even yourself, and also heal others. Why do I see somebody holding on to this person's ankle? Or this person's... That was interesting. For like a split second, I saw somebody like literally pulling at somebody's ankle. Somebody's gonna ask you for like a job or something. Maybe you're gonna be that well off to like where you're able to offer like a position to somebody is also something that I'm getting. With the Three of Pentacles energy, this is definitely creating a brand new beginning and following through with some kind of divine plan. It's almost like because this person did what they did, it redirected you to like where you really needed to be. And with who you really needed to be with for some of you guys. Some of you guys, this could be a completely different person than the person that you originally were like, oh, is this person ever going to take accountability? Is also something coming forth. But vice versa, it could also be that this person does end up taking accountability, the Five of Cups. But I just feel like it's somebody different for you guys. I really do. This could be happening within a 3-month time frame for some of you guys. Or within 3 years, you could be married to this new person. Some of you guys, sorry. On the shorter end of the stick, it could be 3 days. It's the very, very few of you. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing throughout this. We got Sagittarius season with the Temperance. The Emperor card could be displayed as Capricorn, Taurus, sometimes Virgo, Aries. The Hierophant energy, Cancerian and Taurus energy. Let's see, anything else? No, I just feel like this person is really going to regret what they did, but I also do feel like they're not going to regret it until they see like what you did with the pain. Is also something that I'm picking up. But that's what I'm receiving for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you do want a reading just like this, feel free to tune in to my live streams and, you know, purchase a reading. Or you could even, you know, request a private reading with me. I said that and explained that so wrong, but I am not going to cut that out. Just redo that end part. If you want to book a private reading with me, definitely check that out on in the description box below, or even pinned in the comment section below. And don't forget to hype up this video. Just click the hype button so that other people can find this. German can also be significant for this pile. For some reason I was about to say something in German. No shit. Anyways, German could be significant for this pile, but hopefully that this resonated with you and brought you a little bit of light and give you some clarity on the situation. If you do want a reading like this, feel free to reach out to me or even hop on any one of my live streams. And definitely let me know what you thought in the comment section, or any topics that you'd like me to dive into next. And until next time, guys, bye for now.